A 22-year-old kid became a millionaire before most people finished paying off their student loans. Meanwhile, millions of Americans work for 40 years and still struggle with money. Same country, same economy, same 24 hours in a day. So, what's the difference? It's not luck, it's not IQ, and it's definitely not what schools teach. The real difference is psychological because before someone becomes rich, they first learn how to think differently. And once you understand this, you'll never look at money the same way again. Right now, most people think money problems are caused by low income, but that's only part of the story. There are people making 40,000 a year building wealth slowly, and there are people making 250,000 living paycheck to paycheck. That sounds insane, but it happens every single day in America. Why? Because money is emotional. People don't just spend logically, they spend to feel successful, to impress people, to escape stress, to feel important. And that's where the trap begins. Imagine two people. Both get a 10,000 bonus. The first person buys a luxury watch, expensive clothes, and a vacation. For a few weeks, they feel rich. The second person invests the money into a business, stocks, or learning a high income skill. At first, it looks boring. But 5 years later, one person has memories and debt, the other has freedom. And this is where everything changed for many millionaires. They stopped asking, "What can I buy?" and started asking, "What can this money become?" That single shift changes lives. Oh, but that's not the craziest part. Studies have shown that many self made millionaires don't actually look rich. Some drive normal cars, some wear simple clothes, some still use old phones. Sounds strange, right? Because society trains people to look rich, while actual wealthy people focus on becoming rich. Huge difference. Poor people often buy luxury to feel successful, millionaires buy assets to stay successful. That's why one group gets trapped and the other keeps growing wealth silently. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable. Most people are addicted to instant gratification. Think about it: food delivery, one click shopping, buy now, pay later. Everything is designed to make people impatient, and impatience destroys wealth. Millionaires think long term, very long term. While most people ask, "How can I make money fast?" Millionaires ask, "How can I make this grow for the next 10 years?" That mindset is powerful because wealth is usually slow at first, then suddenly fast, like planting a tree. For years, nothing looks impressive. Then one day it becomes massive. Take Warren Buffett, for example, one of the richest investors in history. But most of his wealth came after age 50, not because he suddenly got smarter, but because money compounds over time. And most people quit before they ever reach that stage. That's the tragedy. People give up too early. And there's another psychological difference nobody talks about. Millionaires are obsessed with ownership. Average people consume. Wealthy people own. Average people buy products. Wealthy people buy shares of the company selling the product. Average people scroll social media. Wealthy people build audiences. Average people work for money. Millionaires build systems that make money without them constantly working. That's why business owners and investors often become wealthy faster. They stop trading time for money alone. But fear is the biggest enemy: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of looking stupid. And honestly, that fear keeps millions trapped because the average person would rather stay comfortable than risk embarrassment. That's why people stay in jobs they hate. That's why they never start the business. That's why they keep waiting for the perfect time. But millionaires understand something important. Comfort is expensive, very expensive. It costs dreams. It costs opportunities. Sometimes it costs an entire lifetime. It Now let's talk about something almost nobody realizes. Your environment controls your financial future more than your intelligence. If everyone around you wastes money, you'll probably waste money too. If everyone around you complains, you'll start thinking small. But when people are surrounded by ambition, business, investing, and growth, their mindset changes automatically. This is why many successful people become extremely protective of their environment. Because psychology is contagious, energy is contagious, beliefs are contagious. And this next part shocked a lot of people. Many millionaires are actually more careful with money than broke people, not because they're cheap, because they understand value. A broke person might finance a luxury car to impress strangers. A millionaire might negotiate a small business deal for hours. Why? Because wealthy people respect money. They know every dollar is like an employee. If invested correctly, that dollar can go out and make more dollars. That's how they think. Now, obviously, money alone doesn't solve everything. There are rich people who are miserable, lonely, stressed, burned out. But financial freedom does buy options. It buys time, it buys freedom from panic, freedom from surviving paycheck to paycheck, freedom to spend more time with family. And honestly, that's what most people really want. Not private jets, not mansions, freedom. So, how do you actually start thinking like a millionaire? It begins with small psychological shifts. Stop trying to look rich. Start trying to build wealth. Stop asking, what do I want today? Start asking, what kind of life do I want 10 years from now? Learn skills, study business, invest consistently, avoid lifestyle inflation, and most importantly, be patient. Because the truth is, most people massively overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is wasting money trying to impress people who don't care. And somewhere else, someone is quietly building assets, learning skills, investing, and changing their future forever. One path leads to stress, the other leads to freedom. And the scary part, most people won't realize the difference until it's too late. So the question is, which person are you becoming? Because your future financial life is being built by the decisions you make today, not next year, not someday. Today. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos on money psychology, business, investing, and financial freedom. And remember, the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become free.